All right, welcome everyone to our first post kickoff Leadership Academy workshop. This is, we're going to cover a lot tonight. We're going to cover our biggest portion of our program pillar, which is Live Your Dream and Dream It, Be It. And then we will also cover our region specific program, which is Furthering the Dream. And there will be time after each of those three topics for some Q&A. And so gather your questions if you have them. We have a nice mix of new members, brand new from Riverbank, as well as some very seasoned members that I'm sure can help shed some light on some history if that comes up. So with that, I'm going to start by introducing Loretta Fornaciari, who is our Live Your Dream committee chair for the region, going on her 4th year in this role. And she's going to talk about Live Your Dream, what it is, how it came about. And then we'll ask her some questions before we move on to the next topic. So take it away, Loretta.
Okay, well, welcome everyone. It's nice to talk to faces this time instead of little black squares. Live Your Dream is the 3rd incarnation of the same award. It's in 1972, Seroptimus International of the Americas began an award called TAP. And TAP was Training Award Program. It basically is the exact same program, just different names. It didn't have all the information and all of the situations that we have now, but it was basically give the women the money they need for school and education and training, and the outcome would be the same as we're doing now with Live Your Dream. After TAP, it became WOA, Women's Opportunity Award, and that's when I joined, because that was what attracted me to Seroptimus, was that award. And it's basically the same award, just improved over a period of, I'm not quite sure. Well, I think it was about 2000 when WOA started, or a little before that.
For that.
It was about 97, 96 when WOA came in. But back then everything still was paper, transmittal forms written, and but the basic concept of the award was the same. Then after that, then in 2010, it's hard to find numbers anywhere. So 2010 was, I guess, Live Your Dream. No, probably 2015 when Live Your Dream started, or
2012.
2012. See, I was in the area. It's just hard to find numbers. So, and that became the Live Your Dream Award as it is today. It maybe not exactly as it is today, but it started with emphasizing more cash award to the women, more it would still give the women the money and let them use it to what they need for their education. The requirements are still the same. To qualify for this, you have to be a woman, obviously, with dependents. Now, dependents can mean children, can mean parents, it can mean siblings, and it also can mean a spouse or a significant other or a partner. If you are the primary financial support for the family, then you qualify under that. Let's see. Also, you have to be enrolled in a college or a vocational school or a see, just want to get my notes, trade school, or you can be also going to a adult education class trying to get your GED. That also qualifies you. You do not need to be a legal citizen of this country. You do not need to be, and that's a major. I get asked this question every year: do they have to be a legal citizen of this country or be here legally? And no, you do not. Also, it is open to transgender individuals who I don't know, what do you call it, who present themselves as female. They're also qualified. So that's where the qualifications are. Let's see. You don't have to be a married woman. It used to say, I mean, a single woman. It used to say single, and they've taken that out of the wording. So you don't have to be single. If you remember last year, our first place winner was married, and so that doesn't disqualify you if you're married. Let's see. I'm trying to think of what else we want to cover. Do you want
You want to just walk through the process of applying?
Okay,
and
process.
judging?
You log on to, if your club put out the flyers, or they put out all the paperwork, or through your social media, you should have on there seroptimus.org/liveyourdreamaward-apply. They go to that, and it takes you right to the application page. And on that application page, it says, start your application. And then it also says, are you qualified? So they give you a section that, a section where you can see if you qualify before you start an application. Last year, we actually had a male who tried to get into the Live Your Dream Award. So I don't know where he got past the qualification thing. So and then it'll take you to your application. And in the application, it's very, very precise and simple. You follow the instructions on the application, and you have to go from one step to the other. If you don't finish the first step, it won't let you go to the next. So it is very, very simple, but it does take time to fill it out, but it is fairly easy to, and there are tutorials in the portal that you sign into. Every applicant has to sign into a portal with a password, and it gets them to their own personal portal. And in that portal, there are videos and tutorials that help them fill out the application. So, and you set up a password, and you can come in and out as often as you want. You don't have to finish it all at once. And once they do, and then to find out the club that's nearest to them to apply to, it goes by their zip code. Yes, zip code. And once you enter that zip code, the nearest club will come up to them, and then the progressive further away clubs. So they choose a club from those numbers that come up, or they can enter a club's name and it'll come up for them. And once they pick a club, then they start filling out their application. Let's see. Once they've, now in this year's Live Your Dream, only one reference is required. They've cut back to only one reference. They prefer to have two, and tell them that it'll give them a better, the application will be more filled up and more more information about them, but only one is required this year. And once they get that filled out and their references have submitted their application to the portal, everything is done separate. There is no nothing's together like it used to, where the applicant went and got their reference. It is all done separately now, so the applicant doesn't see the references anymore. Let's see. You know, I don't know if you want me to give numbers or if people have any questions at this point. Now I can do a little bit with the club chairs. The club chairs should have received an email back on July 1st. No, back on August, no, a little before, July 25th, they should have received an email from SIA with their login information to set up their portal, the club chairs portal. I have no access to that. I can't give you a login number or a login code. You have to go in and get your club specific code that was sent to you in an email. And once you click on the link that's in the email, it takes you right to a place where you set up your own club portal, so you can view your applicants. And then once an applicant is finished and she submits it, it'll go to your club's portal, and then your club chair will see that applicant. And then you should review them as they come in case there's some discrepancies in it. So you can go back to the lady and ask them to clarify. And then once everything is set, then you submit it also that way. So you accept it and then you start reviewing it. Let me see, what else? Covered the financial requirements. Some numbers. Since 1972, 41 million women, $41 million have been given to women, to 42,000 women. So since 1972, no, 42, 3 zeros, that's 1,000. Yes. I'm not a numbers person. So,
this meeting is being recorded.
Okay, thank you. Since then, 86% of the women who have received a Live Your Dream Award has completed their education and have been started working in the field that they went to school in. 86%, which is a pretty good number. Let's see. Let's see. I have to read these because numbers. And 93% report the award increased their self-esteem. That's what the Live Your Dream Award is for, is to get these ladies out of their situation of trafficking, domestic violence, poverty, and get them an education, and that's where they can start being productive members of society and paying their way, which is very important for them, to make their way, to pay their part, to pay back what they've been given. And that's what the Live Your Dream Award is about. And those are the numbers. I can give you other numbers, but I know we're just doing a basic Live Your Dream. We're not getting into specifics tonight because there are not that many Live Your Dream chairs here tonight. But I think, did I cover? Is there anything else you would like me to cover?
Yeah, I think, Loretta, let's I'm gonna actually hold off on the Q&A just for a moment, and then have Sue talk about furthering the dream because she has an obligation to get
Okay.
through.
Oh,
So
I
we're gonna
couldn't-
jump to furthering the dream and then we'll take questions on both.
Okay.
That sound good? Thank you. All right,
Thank
Sue.
you. Thank you. Because it's so wonderful to watch women step forward with their lives. And the region has a region specific award, as Judy mentioned, called Furthering the Dream. And there are applicants who are fabulous applicants for this, and there are applicants who are not ready yet. So let me define our applicant. This is a woman who is at the end finalizing her education for an advanced degree. Now, once upon a time, the region really isolated this to master's degrees and doctorates. It has been expanded to include the completion of an advanced certification. So imagine that it's a woman that is finishing her certification to become a pilot or a senior level welder or a senior level nurse. An advanced technical degree would qualify. But a woman should be completing this degree. So an example would be one of our winners last year in her very final steps of law school, having already passed the bar and just graduating and finishing law school. And another point about such a woman is that she's a Latina practicing law. So the Furthering the Dream Award gives extra points for a woman who is pursuing a career that is non-traditional for women. So in other words, with her being a Latina practicing law, she is a member of 1% of her industry. Only 1% of Latin heritage women are lawyers. So do you see that that is a career that is non-traditional to women? Conversely, we awarded a woman who is entering a career in helping other women as a therapist. So she's completing her master's degree in social work and her therapy certification, and will then be in a career that is specifically advantageous to women. So a woman finishing an advanced program, particularly with an eye toward a woman who is in a career, heading toward a career that is non-traditional to women, or in a career that is going to be advantageous and helpful to women in society. So this award, Furthering the Dream, is particularly extra points if it's a Live Your Dream awardee, but don't solicit your Live Your Dream award awardees who are just only finishing up community college, for instance, or not even all the way through community college. The applicants should be finishing their programs, ready to step out in their career, and probably having a lot of student debt or other obligations financially that we can really help them. So the application is under programs in the website. So when you go into the Sierra Pacific Region website, you can either search, you can just search the word furthering and it will pop right up to the landing page for Furthering the Dream, or you can drop down for programs. You'll see the explanation for the Furthering the Dream Award pretty much that I just gave, but then you'll see a fillable PDF application that would be completed by the applicant. You'll see that that would come to me at my personal email address. And there are additional documents such as her transcript and a biography that we want her to write, a why is she pursuing the career that she is pursuing, and all of that packet will come to me. If that packet is not complete, it would be disqualified from candidacy. The other thing that will come as part of the application separately is that we ask for 2 letters of reference. You'll see in the application that we hope that it is an academic person that knows the applicant well. So for instance, a department head, a college counselor, a teacher who has been close to her progress through her program. But that is not always available. During COVID years with people studying online, that was a struggle for quite a few of our applicants. But hopefully they can find someone, not a relative, who can talk to us about why they are pursuing the career that they are and why we should consider them for this award. So that's Furthering the Dream on the programs dropdown of the Sierra Pacific Region website. And the application is a fillable PDF therein. What questions can we answer? And Judy, how further shall I thought that went, probably explained the basic facts.
What's the deadline for that?
March 1st.
March 1st.
It is specifically targeted to give us the time to judge it. The awardee will then be presented at spring conference for the region. And that's pretty darn cool, I must say. And we will award her funds there. We've had very few women who were not able to join us for that award.
Yeah, so Peggy, we in the past have tried to have it lag behind Live Your Dream a little bit, just because clubs are so busy with that. But because the conference is earlier, it kind of
Going to be tight.
overlaps. Yeah.
They are indeed different women that would be
Yes.
applying. But for instance, we had a woman lawyer last year who had been a Live Your Dream awardee that now received the Furthering the Dream Award. That was pretty cool. Another lawyer that was busy handing out her business card at conference.
Judy, there was one more item I'd like to bring up
Sure.
about Live Your Dream. We were
Judy,
talking
I'm
about.
gonna duck off. Thanks.
All right. Thank you
Love
very much,
Sorry.
Sue. Appreciate it. Bye. Go ahead, Loretta. Sorry.
That's okay. I had my region chair meeting the other night, and an item was brought up that surprised some of us. Clubs have to watch out for artificial intelligence applications.
Yep.
They're starting to become a norm, or maybe not a norm, but they're more and more happening. And we have been told to watch out for those. If something doesn't sound right to you, then it probably isn't right. And you go back, and if you ask questions, you're going to find out that it just doesn't sound like a real person talking or writing, a real person writing. So that's just something we have to look out for, is this artificial intelligence applications, which if the person doesn't come back and explain or change it, they are disqualified.
Are there some tips that are going to be offered that we need to kind of look at?
Well, like they were telling us, it's still new, so they don't have anything in writing or what to look. They look out for if the sentences don't sound right to you, if the wording doesn't sound right, if it's too formal. These ladies are not going to be writing formal biographies about themselves. You know, you
So
can
bottom
tell
line is we need to probably communicate a little bit with every applicant.
if it doesn't sound right to you, if it looks too formal,
Yeah.
you know, the only word I can use is formal, too. You have to remember, these ladies, a lot of them will not have English as a primary language. And if it starts to come out as sounds like an English major, it's not right. So they just are warning us just to keep an eye. That's going to make you read your applicants. It's going to make you keep an eye on your applications that come in. Otherwise, you don't want to have an AI applicant make it through to the end and then find out that that is a fake application.
Yeah, but Peggy, to your question, and that's thank you for asking, because this is obviously an emerging thing, and
Yeah.
I have no doubt that if we do a little research, there are some tips for
Yeah.
things to watch out for. And Loretta and I will research that and share it.
Yeah, it's
because
just
I think
something
it's- yeah.
brand new that they brought to us, and they
Yeah.
weren't prepared for that question either at our meeting.
Well, I think
So-
one club had confirmed that they had
Yeah.
one, which was what brought it to light. So
Correct. So that I just wanted to make sure everybody understood that. Now, I want to give a couple deadlines in case people bring this back to their clubs. You have to remember that the deadline for submitting your first place awardee to the region is still February 1st. Now you're going to get stuff from SIA that says the 15th, but it's in our region, it is February 1st. So after February 1st, if you submit something into the portal, I can't accept it. Because that has been our deadline for longer than I've been doing this. So, let's see. Yeah, February 1st is the deadline you need to, and you can set the other deadline. You can't accept applications in the portal after November 15th. But you can still accept paper or PDF. That's up to your club. If you have those, you can accept those up until whatever time you want. But in the portal, there are specific dates. So that's unless you have other, want me to cover other things or there's questions. I think instead of getting too far into every little bit, I just kind of did a general.
now it's just intended to be an overview because, for the newer members, we talk about Live Your Dream all the time and just want you to be, and it is Live Your Dream season right now. So
It is.
you need to be
And
familiar with what it is, where we are in the year with it. But we talk about it all year long. We start with the application process and then judging, and then we go to region judging, and then we celebrate at our conference in April, all the winners. So it kind of is a continual thing. And then we start all over again.
And if you are the president or you are the Live Your Dream chair, please contact me to make sure I have my list is complete, because it's not right now. And you can contact me at splyd@seroptimist.net. And that is goes straight to me, nobody else. And hopefully I can answer any of your questions. If it has to do with the portal and how to set up your own individual club portal, I cannot help you with that. That has to be from SIA or go to that email they sent you. I don't have access to that. It's a confidentiality thing and I don't have access to that. Also, just to let you know that the women who apply will also have to sign a confidentiality agreement. So that's all in the portal and they'll know about that. So so if you need anything or questions, or let me know if you're the chair or who your chair of your club is, please send it to that email so that I can complete my list. And so I'm not contacting last year's chairs and they get kind of upset sometimes. So I need to hear back if you
Yeah,
can.
so Loretta, Christine is saying they haven't selected a chair yet for their new club, and Christine will work.
That's
with
fine.
you. We'll get you up to speed and going.
There are still some clubs that do not have a chair.
Yeah.
So
We're still working
waiting.
on accessing our email, actually.
Sure.
So.
Yeah, understood.
No, that's cool. Remember
Yeah.
your new club too. Remember SIA, you apply to SIA and you can get $1,000 to help you with your first Live Your Dream award. So if you contact the SIA program, they'll take you through the steps and you apply and they give you $1,000 to help you with your first year's Live Your Dream award. My club was
Thank you.
Yep,
Yeah,
we'll help you
my
with that,
club was
Christine.
my club was the online club, and we were a new club just under 2 years ago. And we took advantage of that. And we were able to give, we were in a club for 6 months and we were able to give a Live Your Dream Award because of that money. So if you need more information about that, contact me at that email and I can get you that information. So that's, if you have any questions, or like I said, you can email me. Okay.
All right, well, thank you, Loretta. Okay, we're gonna switch topics. So still within the program pillar, our second major program is Dream It, Be It. And Linda Gillis, who's from SI Clovis, is also her 4th year as chair of this committee, and has done an amazing job with this program in our region, her club, first of all, but definitely within our region. So Linda, I will turn it over to you. You're muted.
Thank you.
There you go.
Yes. So since Loretta did a little history while she was talking, I thought, well, I'm going to look up the history so I can tell you for Dream It, Be It. And that curriculum is really pretty new. It wasn't started till 2015. And since then, more than 20,000 girls around the world have participated. It puts girls on the path to success and helps them grow up to be strong, successful, happy adults. So there's not a whole bunch of history like Live Your Dream has. It didn't come from another program and morph into this. So I am going to do this a little differently than Sue and Loretta. I have a PowerPoint I'm going to share, and hopefully I'm going to do this right the first try. So I'm going to share my screen and hopefully find my PowerPoint. And okay, it's not letting me see my, there. Right, hopefully this will work. Okay, can you all
Good.
see that?
Yes, perfect.
Okay. All right. Phew. Okay, so first of all, I've got to figure out how to move this thing at the top of my, there. Okay, so as Judy said, I have been the chair for the Sierra Pacific region for the past 3 years, and I'm doing my 4th year. And I've also was the person who started it for our club. And so this is really my heart. I taught for 40 years. So this was a great transition when I retired to be doing this. So let's see if it's okay. So I'm a retired special education teacher. I'm a happily married mother of 3 boys. So what I would love for you to do while we're going through this is put your name in the chat and list your club. And especially if you're the Dream It, Be It chair, the same thing that Loretta was saying, I don't necessarily have the name of all of the chairs yet. So I would appreciate getting those. So we did the introductions and asks. I'm going to go over, do an overview of Dream It, Be It. And I am going to, do you know how, I'm sorry, I'm going to interrupt. Do you know how I can move that? Can you see me moving this thing around on the screen?
No.
Oh, okay. It's hiding part of my, it's the part that says mute stop video, and I don't know how to get it off of the screen. Oh, well, I'll do my best.
It's just kind of drag it, click and drag it.
Yeah, I am, but it won't let me get it off of the screen.
Oh, no, all you can do is move it around. You can't delete.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Okay, so I'm going to talk about an overview of Dream It Be It and what does a conference or individual meetings that are done over several weeks look like, and then I'll take questions and hopefully have answers for you. So the first thing is the SIA site has tons of material. I am not going to come close to sharing everything with you tonight, but this is the page that you're going to want to go to at the on the SIA site, and you log in as a member. And then you're going to go to for clubs and members. You'll see these ladies' faces when you go in there.
Linda, it's not,
And
it's not advancing, I don't think. Well, at least not for me. We're still
There.
in your title
Now-
page.
oh, it's advancing for me.
Is anybody
Yeah,
else?
we don't see anything.
Yeah,
but the
we're
first
stuck on your
page.
title page.
Okay, what do I do
So,
about that?
Linda, sometimes you have to stop sharing and then go back and reshare your screen, not your PowerPoint.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
Sorry.
Sorry. I've never had that happen before. Okay. So share my screen, right? That's
Mhm.
what I did before. Okay. And now are you seeing access stream program materials?
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay, cross your fingers that it'll advance now. So once you go into this, you'll see these two squares. And if you're looking for live your dream things, you're going to click on the left and you'll get tons of information about that. But for Dream It Be It, you're going to click on the right and go into that. And then, okay, cross your fingers. See if it advances. Did it advance?
Yes.
Oh, good. Okay. So there are 6 different sections in this, in the Dream It Be It portal. It's about helping girls grow to be confident, successful, happy adults. Dream It Be It reaches girls in secondary school who face obstacles to their future success. You can do small group workshops or a conference. You may mentor girls on setting and achieving their goals, moving forward after setbacks or failures, and discovering career opportunities. So later on, I'm going to show you what those different things look like. I would recommend, if you're starting this and you're fairly new to it, that the first thing you're going to want to look at is the planning, the second square, because it really provides step-by-step directions of what you need to do to get started. And then you definitely have to have your club, your number that's attached to your name to get in and access the full curriculum. You can't just do that by signing in, because they don't want people that aren't part of Seroptimus to be able to access the curriculum. That all the other information is excellent, but I think that number 2 and number 3 are going to be the things that are going to help you the most when you're first starting. And there are 7 different sessions that are available in the program curriculum. And the rule is, to have something count as a Dream It Be It, you have to include at least one of the sessions from the curriculum. I only know of one club that has done just one thing. I can't quite imagine not doing more than one. It is hard to fit all 7 in if you're doing a one-day conference. But probably the favorite for the girls is the Discovering Your Dreams. It's kind of how they get to know the other girls that are there. Oftentimes they're doing a dream board, and it gives them a chance to talk with one another, get to know their facilitator. So one of the things that's part of any Dream It Be It program is you have facilitators. We usually make it no more than a 1-to-6 ratio for our facilitators. Your facilitators do not have to be a seroptimist. Of course, those are the first people that we try to recruit to be facilitators, but you may need more facilitators than you have in your club even. They do have to be cleared. You have to have a background check done on club members and anyone else that's going to be working directly with the girls. And we always do a facilitator training. And there's a lot of things on the portal about doing facilitator trainings. The second session is exploring careers. I actually love this, and the girls do. They have a questionnaire where they rate probably about 40 different things of how they feel about certain things that have to do with career or how they feel about working with people. And then it matches them to possible careers. And it may have them in, several different careers that might be an idea. And for some of these girls, they have no idea what they want to do. And so that has been something they have really liked. And, they've said, oh, I never thought of that. Then there's a section on creating achievable goals. And those of you that are an education background, they use SMART goals. And this is a very time-consuming thing, but very valuable. So we have included it in a one-day event in different ways because it takes so much time. If you're doing separate days, then it's a little bit easier to go into detail on the SMART goals. Session 4 is rising above obstacles. So this is where a lot of times we have keynote speakers. We've used past Live Your Dream or Furthering the Dream awardees that have come and spoken and shared what they've gone through and how they've overcome that and what they're doing now. My goal, this may sound kind of bad, but I try to find someone that the girls will go, wow, that's even worse than what I'm going through. And they got through it and are successful now. When we do the evaluations at the end of Dream It Be It, the girls have definitely said that this is one of their favorite things. So somebody needs to mute. Thank you. Then the same thing happens with turning failure into success. That session, they talk a lot about, okay, what are some strategies for overcoming your failures and learning to grow from those, and talk a lot about resilience. Then there's a session on balancing your stress, and different clubs have used a lot of different things. We usually have someone who leads yoga, but I know someone who has done self-defense, and they've done a variety of things, but I think those are the two most common things that have been done. And then the final session is putting the dreams into action. And I think no matter what sessions you did, you would want to do session 7 because it ties everything together. And one of my favorite things in this is in the curriculum, it has, they develop their dream team. Who are the people they could go to that could support them and help them? And so now I'm going to back up a little bit. So different clubs do this in different ways. If they're doing individual meetings on over, say, 8 different weeks, they may just have loose leaf papers that they give them in a folder. We have chosen to have a booklet bound because we felt like the girls hang on to it more. They don't just have loose papers that they lose track of. And you don't have to use all of the worksheets. We pick and choose which ones we want to use and put into that booklet. So then I thought, when I first started, it was like, but what does a Dream It Be It program look like? It's kind of, that's been the biggest question I've gotten from people when they're trying to get started. We just have no idea what it looks like. So I thought that I would show you a video of a conference, one that is a one-day conference. And then I also have some pictures and a schedule from one that's done over multiple weeks. So now this is where you really cross your fingers that everything works and this plays right. So, oh no, it's not. It's not doing
Dream
full
It Be It
screen.
provides girls the guidance.
Can
and
you guys
resources
see that
they
okay?
need to achieve their goals.
We see
Dream It
words.
Be It.
I'm gonna, yeah, it's supposed to be full screen and it lost it. If you'll wait a second, I think I can get it back to full screen.
Okay.
I don't know why it's having a hard time with this. So I'm going to stop the share for a minute. And let me just fiddle with my PowerPoint for a second. Well, I don't know that I'm going to be able to do that. Well, I hope you're going to be able to see this. I apologize. I tested and tested it. I'm going to actually share again and maybe go to a different video that I think will show full screen. I don't think I'm going to the right one here. Now I've got two open, I think is the problem. We'll see if this works. I'm going at, can you still see or hear me?
We can hear you.
Okay, I'm trying to open it from my desktop and see if that works.
Okay.
Oh, okay. So it closed the sharing screen. Well, this is not going as smoothly as I wanted it to.
Maybe you can put it up on your, or up on the SPR website and they can watch it. I don't know.
Well, they can go to our, let me get into this and see if I can get to the screen I want. I have another video on there that I think, if this will load. Well, you are screen sharing. Okay, come on. Okay, there it goes. It's loading. It's just slow. Sorry, I live in the country, so I do not have a fast internet at all.
Yeah, it says someone, Stacy Bauer, she is put a chat in that we're getting a message that your bandwidth is low. So that might be why.
Yeah.
Yes, it's probably that. I told my husband he couldn't get on the computer while I was, so we weren't. Okay, so I'll keep talking and hopefully this will load and I'll be able to show you.
Okay.
So what we did for our conference is we have worked with a school district and we work with the at-risk girls in a program that's called Transitions, and they work with kids that are foster, homeless, at-risk students, and they let us use a school for free, so we don't have to pay for a venue. So a really good bit of advice would be to, I feel weird having that up there. I'm going to stop the share and just have my face. Why is that not closing? There. All right. So we had it in big gyms at the last 2 years, and we had about 60 girls there, had to have about 20 facilitators, and then we were able to do all of the different sessions, but we had to cut them, you know, kind of make them our own. This year, because of the feedback we got from the girls, we increased the amount of speakers. We had 3 keynote speakers, and again, the girls really liked that. One of the things that I think was very exciting was a partnership with the Assistance League. Do any of you know about the Assistance League? Just give me a thumbs up. I think they're all over California, and they asked if they could come to our conference, and they ended up giving $1,000 worth of awards. So it was for 4 girls, each got $250 shopping sprees at Burlington. And we just did it through a drawing. So the girls were very excited about that. We do a lot of, you know, prizes throughout the day. We give tickets to them for participating and all. So then the flip side of that is in a friend in Southern California, their club does something at a continuation school that is with kids that have really been removed from the mainstream, and they have been made part of the curriculum at the school, and they do theirs over an 8-week period. They do a session each week that they go into, and they, you know, it's a very small group, but it's the same purpose. So there isn't a perfect thing, a perfect way that you have to do this. You can set it up what fits your community the best. One of the most important things is, if you're just starting, is you have to get a connection with somebody that will help you get the girls for your Dream It Be It program. And I know that that's been the biggest challenge for some folks, especially if they were trying to start it during COVID. Luckily, we kind of had our thing established before COVID, so it made it a little bit easier for us, but we had to be very creative about how we did it. So I guess I can take questions at this point. Anybody have questions, I hope? Yes, Karen.
Oh, no, I don't really have a question, but I was waiting for someone else to have questions, but I was thinking if it would be helpful, I could just share a couple things that we did during ours for the new people that might have a couple,
Great.
you know, some things that we did. And we work with both of our we have 2 high schools, and we're hoping to do both this year, one at both high schools. So hoping to do 2. We did the last one we did with we did 4 in 1 month. We did 4 sessions, and we were able to do all of the program, you know, all of the, what do you call them? All of
Sessions.
the sessions. Yeah, all the sessions. And what I wanted to share was that we had look at I was writing this as I was going along. I was thinking things that they might like. One of the things that the girls said that they really appreciated when they did their questionnaire at the end was that it surprised us, because what they really liked was most of them liked, we had some of us Optimist members tell our own story, you know, about how we got through things or how we got to where we were. And they really enjoyed that. I thought it was going to be boring to them, you know, like these old ladies up here telling them, but they but they really appreciated that. And under our overcoming obstacles, we had a woman that when you said that you try to get someone that has had worse obstacles than the people that are there. We had a woman that she was high up in this big corporation, and but I think it was Fritos or something like that in that company. She was very, very high up there, and she had been shot. She had been actually shot. She had gone through cancer. She had all these different things that she had overcome that were different obstacles than what you would think, would be obstacles like family situations or whatever. But she had some really, major things, and they really liked that too. We actually had one girl that was in our program that did one of our sessions. She facilitated journaling for us. And the girls, they really, because it was over like relieving stress, and she journals to overcome her stress, and she explained all about it, and she was kind of cute, the way she did it, but she was amazing. And I don't know if that's proper or not, but that's what we thought that was.
I think that's great.
Yeah. So she was amazing with that. And we have a little bit of a hard time reaching the people we really want to reach. Like you said, the at-risk girls, we have a little bit of trouble doing that. So these girls were mostly from the one I'm talking about. They were mostly from just the high school, the mainstream high school. We had a couple that joined us from the continuation school, but that's where we have a hard time, getting the people that we really want to reach. Let me see, I had another thing on here. I'm sorry, I'm talking so much, but I think that was it.
So you kind of made me think of go ahead.
No, I was going to say, I think that's all I can come up with right now, but sorry I took so long, but I was just wanting to share some of the things with the new people, because we all do it a little bit differently or have different ways of doing it. So
yeah, and there isn't a right or wrong. There are a couple of things that have come up because I go to Federation meetings. And Janice, I see your hands up. I'll call on you in a sec. So some clubs had started with junior high, and because they already had that established, they're not saying, no, you can't do that. But the curriculum really is not developed for junior high. So if you're starting, I would do high school, I think it's more appropriate for them. Also, I think that there are clubs that just have weekend things, and they open it up to the community, any of the high school girls in the community, and that's fine, because some of our high achievers have some real struggles they're dealing with. We happen to have an end to the transition program, and so we're targeting those girls, but that doesn't mean that's the only way, to do it. I think certainly we've seen a lot in the news of some of the most high achieving kids are under so much stress, and so I think it's good for some of them, to be a part of it too. Karen, was it Karen that said she had a question? Somebody had their hand. Oh no, it was Janice.
Yeah, Janice.
Sorry.
I'm just curious on the clubs that are doing the 1-day session. What hours are they running it?
Well, for us, it is usually because they get bused from 5 different high schools to one place. So we usually can't start till almost 9 o'clock, and then they have to be back on the buses by 2 or 2:30. So we would love to have a longer day, but when we first started, we tried doing it on the weekend. And with the girls that we were targeting, even though we did apply and get the grant from SIA to help us the second year, and we could have provided transportation, and we, publicized that. The girls, a lot of them were in group homes, they were in foster care, their parents were flakes, it just didn't work they, they just didn't get there, or they had jobs, different things. So we went to doing it on a weekday. And the downside to that is we have limited time. I know the Sierras do it on a weekend and theirs is longer. They're able to go a bit longer. So, it's a trade-off, different things. Tana.
We run the same hours, about a 9 o'clock registration start, about 9:30. We go to about 2:30, sometimes 3. And they have to come in from all 3 high schools. But one of the things that some of them will connect themselves to is like Saturday school. So they'll give them a credit for attending, and that's a real draw too. So that might be something that you can speak to the administrators of the high schools, because we have an attendance log that we have to report back to the 3 high schools of the students we're actually for, because there's one that's a continuation school too. So we found that that kind of is an incentive to get the students there. And if they're in Saturday school, they kind of have already some borderline issues that, the administration's telling them that this is something they need to do as a makeup.
And Tana, yours is on a
That's
Saturday?
Saturday, yes. And
Yeah.
when we did our, because we've done them both ways, 2 years ago, we were at one of the continuation alternative ed campuses, and they were mixed from freshmen to seniors. And just because they were senior, they could have had junior credits, so they were missing credits. So after we did all of our modules with them, and we ran 1 through 6 or whatever there were, and it may have taken 2 sessions to get through 1 module. So it went about a good 12 weeks. And when we came to the end for our survey, the biggest thing they said is, we still need help. We still need you. So there was a few ladies that once a week, we would still go back during the lunch hour, and we would help them with whatever curriculum they were working with. And none of us are educators per se, but they would pull up their Apex, and we were right there learning, like, are you smarter than a 5th grader? It was challenging. But we stepped up to the plate, and we kind of helped them, and we told them where we could and where we couldn't. So the continuation high school has asked us to please come back. So, that's something that we've kind of contemplated. And it's a big need once you're in the system of the school. We started with the superintendent of schools office, and we worked our way through, and fortunately, where we had our connection with the continuation school, she got promoted and went over to one of the mainstream high schools. And that's where we started. And she allowed us to be the connection to then start pulling in all 3 high schools plus the continuation school. So it's gotten larger. I think our first event was 15 kids. And, now we're at 85. So that's great.
Yeah. So I think that there are some challenges, particularly with high school. I always taught elementary. And so you just offer to give them a lollipop when they bring back a permission slip, and it works. But with the high school girls, because they have to do a permission slip for their school, plus they have to do the permission slip for SIA. And I have talked to SIA multiple times about, could we figure out a way to whittle that down a little bit? And it was done by the attorneys, and they're not going to bend on that. We have to have the media clearance. We have to have but some of the parents that, especially second language learners, have a very hard time with that permission. So we do a lot of having the counselors help us on the phone and all, but that is, you cannot get around having background checks on the people that are working with your girls and getting those permission slips. And you have to be really careful about the media, because if they're in foster care, they cannot be in pictures. And so you have to be sure you know who those girls are, and you don't, have them in. And it's funny because they've got phones and they're taking pictures of each other, but we can't we just need to protect SIA too from having them in it. So I would love to try again, because I'd like you to be able to see the video. How many of you were at the region conference? A lot of you, or? Okay, so a few of you saw a video anyway. If you want to leave, I get it. If there's more questions, go ahead and ask me now, but then I'm going to try to get the video up for you to see. Are there any other questions? You can always contact me with any questions you have, and I'll do my best to answer and help you. I love going to other people's Dream It Be It's and see, what you're doing. It gives me great ideas for our own and for other clubs. So don't hesitate to invite me or, let me know. So
Well,
any
while
other
you're
questions?
doing that for Tana and also for you, have you kept track? Do you have some of the girls that come back the next year?
Oh, yes, great questions. So we've had some girls that have done it now for 3 years, which is fabulous. And we have also now, because the continuation high school, where that's the majority of our girls, they do come from all the high schools, but we have more from there. They now reach out to us for help with other things like Tana, what you were mentioning. But one of the things is a couple of the girls, 2 years now, they've had graduates that were in group homes, and they managed to get all these credits, and they had nothing, nobody coming, anything like that. And so we were able to arrange for them to have their hair done and stuff for free. There was a salon that was willing to do that for their graduation. We've had quite a few young ladies that were pregnant when they come to it. And so one of the girls we're still in contact with. She now has a 2-year-old and is going to apply for Live Your Dream. And she is out of, she was in a safe house for a while. And so we are still in contact with her, and now, supporting her. When she moved out of the safe house and into an apartment, our club chose to give her some support and help her with that. So yes, you form some relationships and other ways of supporting along the way that are great. It really is nice. And one of the girls comes and helps with our big fundraiser. She's come back a couple of years, and she serves like our diamond tables, and she came and spoke to the Kiwanis, who support us financially too. So yes to that. We definitely.
I was just going to add,
Anything
Linda, we just got Loretta shared some stats on Live Your Dream, but we just got some stats on Dream It Be It, and I don't have the exact numbers. The number that I do remember is that in the last year, so 22-23, there was a 64% increase in the number of girls attending a Dream It Be It program throughout the Federation, which is tremendous. And for those of you that are newer, Loretta talked about the original Training Awards program, What's Now Live Your Dream, was founded 51 years ago. So that program's been in place for a really long time, really well established. Clubs really know how to administer that program. But Dream It Be It is much newer. But the potential impact is incredible. With Live Your Dream, many clubs give out 1 award. Some give out as many as 35, not too many. Shout out to Clovis. But it's usually maybe between 1 and 5, 10. It really varies. But as impactful as Live Your Dream is, and it clearly is, Dream It Be It has the potential to reach so many more girls at a younger age, which is why
Judy, that reminds me, something I didn't mention to them is we do give grants to girls too. Seniors that have participated in the program, we have a application, and we have given anywhere from 2 to 4 in a year. We give about $250 to them, but it's enough that they can maybe get their parking pass for college. They have to show that they're enrolled to continue their education. We don't ask for a real high grade point. They have to have a 2.0 at least. And we ask for a letter of recommendation and a little they write a little something about themselves, but it isn't a real difficult application at all. But that has been a really neat addition that we've made over the past 3 or 4 years.
That's great.
Yeah. So
Even though
anybody that wants to hang on, I'll try to show the movie. I don't know. We'll see.
I'll watch, and I'm still here. I don't know if you am I? Yeah,
You're in
I'm
the
still
dark now,
here,
Karen.
but I'm in the dark now because it's dark now, and I'm still outside.
Oh, you're outside?
I'm still on my deck. So I was just saying I'm still here, and I'll watch your video.
Okay.
Even
Well,
though it's
I'll
all
see if
black,
it'll work. Let me try sharing the screen and see what happens this time. Let's see.
Can you hear
So
all the
what-
crickets? I didn't hear all the crickets out here.
I can hear a few.
Sorry about that. I'll turn it up.
We'll see. Cross your fingers. Whoever told me my bandwidth was low, can you see it now? Is it still
You
real
can
low?
see it opening.
When my sons are here, they just are horrified by the speed of our our Wi-Fi. Yeah, it's going to load pretty slowly. Oh, well, it's loading. This is hopeful. I want to show the very last one because I know that one will work if it loads. Oh, look at this. It's almost. There's hope. All right, let's give it a try. Oh, I want to do, let's see. Slideshow. Are you asleep yet? Maybe. Is it just a dark screen for you?
Yep.
Yep, it's trying. Yeah, I think my internet just has slowed down so much it's not going to do it. Sorry. So, I'm going to stop the share. I am very sorry.
I like Loretta's
if you
idea of
go-
putting it on the region website.
Well, and also you can just go to our siclovis.org, and we have a YouTube channel, and all the videos are on there. So there are 2 different ones. So that's probably the easiest thing to do is go ahead and go in there. And then I know if you go to the Sierras, also they have a video of theirs. And I just think seeing different Dream It Be It videos makes it so that you can, get an idea. I don't know if I just went into I don't know if I can do that. Can I go on to
Maybe
Wi-Fi
you
and
could
just go
make a
in?
list for us of all the websites that have the videos.
Yeah, if you want to make a
Okay.
list, I can send it out.
Okay, I will try to do that. I mean, those are the 2 I know about, but I will do that and send it to you, Judy.
Okay.
And I'm sorry, I live in the country.
Well-
Judy, can't we put that on the SPR YouTube channel?
Maybe.
Her videos? Don't we have that?
I probably can. Yeah. We'll talk.
And
Linda.
then it would be a
Okay,
central
well, I
place
can
to
share
put it
with
in
her.
there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and then
Okay.
you wouldn't have to go to our website, although
Yep.
we would
Okay.
like you to see our website because then you would come to our fundraiser. All of you are invited to come to Denim and Diamonds, October 21st.
You're invited
It's
to
a
come to
great
Denim and
club.
Diamonds. You're invited to come to the district meetings. You're invited to come to the City of Riverbank Charter celebration.
It's on a Wednesday.
You're invited to come to Watsonville's Fall Festival. Anybody
Ooh, when
else?
is your fall festival?
October
When is
28th.
that?
It's a week after you.
Oh,
yours.
All right.
You're
So if
all
you like
invited
to
to
line
come.
dance,
I don't know if you're invited to come to the Festival of Trees. I hear that's a hard ticket to come by.
yeah, she's gone. It's a wonderful thing if you can get a ticket. So
kinds of
any
stuff
other
happening.
questions? Are you?
For either of us?
Somebody just said I will be at Denim and Diamonds. Thank you, Maria.
Woohoo.
My daughter is Stacy Silva in your group and she bought a table, so I'll be at her table.
Oh, you're her mom. We love her.
Gail is gonna be at the table too. So,
Oh, nice. Great. Yeah, I know. She's one of our diamond tables. So that's exciting. So,
All right.
Anything else?
Well, thank you, Loretta, Linda, and Sue had to leave. And thank you all for attending. And I will send out the information with the recording if you wish to share this with any more. And we also will be repeating this later in the year for any other new members that might join between now and January or February. I can't remember when. But thank you, and
Yes,
everyone
Maria.
have a good night. I'm going to stop the recording.